Righty ho, I'll try and do a quick video. As you see, I've got the back end up on the car. Obviously still not done very much at all engine wise, because I have been busy. It's taken me a couple of days to finally get around and build this frame. So as you see, it's quite nice and high. I think when I had it against the car, it came up to about here. You probably can't see very well. Let's get this other light on. So it came up to about here. So it's quite adequate. Once I get the wheel suspension off, it'll be rather nice. So I'm now making plans towards getting the back end off. I've had to put my rear bumper cross member back on just so that I can wrap her. I mean, it looks loose there, but it's obviously tight and pinched up on the ends. So I've got it lassoed around the forks, and the forks, as you see, are clear of the roof here, just in case the bloody thing decides to drop, and it won't drop too far anyway, because it'll land on a couple of boxes, and the other one I've just stuck out of the way over there. So I thought I'd have a look underneath and contemplate what I'm going to do angle of attack wise. So as you see, the exhaust has come apart there. If I can just get up a little bit closer without pressing any buttons. The front end seems to be loose, although it might be just wobbling about on the engine. I ended up by having to cut the bolts because they were just rubbish. They weren't going to undo. There's lots of these nasty things. Don't like these at all, because you've got to bend the aluminium and then you've got to fiddle about because this is a lump of steel, and it's against a piece of aluminium. So that's really clever. So 9 times out of 10 the aluminium will corrode away underneath that, and then it would just pop off anyway, because that's what I just had a few moments ago. So see, the exhaust comes up through here. Here's the old jolly old never told the camera. So there's a jolly old proppy shaft, and then here's the troublesome rear box, which has 4 nice large bolts holding that onto the body. And then I'm just going to try and check where that strut goes to, if it goes anywhere on the inside of the body. The springs are obviously under compression, so once everything drops away, should be fine. There's a few bits and pieces of electrical stuff to drop away. Handbrake cables I need to look at. And then once I've got this out of the way, I need to look at the front end again. Prop shaft, drive shaft, whatever you want to call it. See if I can get up, because my back is hurting quite a bit. Ooh. Right, so here we are up under the back end. So I've managed to get all the exhaust silencer and main exhaust out of the way, and then we'll start looking at getting some of this gubbins undone. I think while I'm at it, I'm just going to see if I can have a quick look-see inside. Yeah, I have no idea where that strut comes up through. It might be just pushed into a recess. Right, let's grab Torchy. And a quick run over here. Right, so there is exhaust, and there's a silly little aluminium boxing that goes under it. Like I say, you know, steel against aluminium, such a stupid thing to do. Why the Germans thought they could do that, I don't know. But you can see that starting to corrode in there. That one didn't have one fitted, so that was nice and easy to get apart. But these two, well, they decided not to use those stupid clip things. Oh, excuse me. They didn't use those stupid clip things, but they bolted here. And of course, it's all steel with aluminium pinched in there behind a big washer. and corroded away to nothing. So that is basically it, boys and girls. That's all I'm going to do for today. I've kind of got done what I wanted to, but obviously there's a lot more complicated stuff than I thought there would be before I can get this under. So the idea was get rear suspension out the way, prop shaft. Looks like I'm going to have a go at the exhaust somehow. Maybe while the back wheels are still on, I'm going to have to do a reverse of this, so get the front up in the air and try and drop the exhaust off it. So once the prop shaft and the exhaust and the rear suspension is all out of the way, I can get my lovely little trolley. Well, as you see, it's taken me a couple of days actually to drill holes, because I mean, I haven't got a power drill. I've got two rather naff old battery drills, and they're just not butch enough to do jobs like this. In fact, I'll tell you what, while we're here, let's just kick. I've gone silly mode on my old torch. And then if I quickly switch this on, right, if I let the car down gently. Nice. Right, so there you go. You can see how high that comes up to. And that will fit rather nicely under there. So it'll give me room if and when to fit suspension and bits and pieces if I need to. Hopefully I can do a sort of workaround, but the frame will be big enough to at least sit the car on once the engine, I mean, you know, as I say, I want to get the rest of the exhaust out of the way, off the back of the manifold, get the prop shaft disconnected, drop the rear suspension off, get this trolley underneath, and then hopefully I will be in a position where I can lift the engine out. But still slightly curious as to where I lift the engine, because I don't see any loops on here to be able to do that. Not yet anyway. So we'll have a little play, a little bit of investigating and lots of mucking about. Right, anyway, that's 8 minutes of nonsense. And I'll put this puppy to bed for the time being. Nice wheels. I say it took me 2 days to I came up here on Monday and I left in a real huff because I was breaking drills. The drill wouldn't go through the steel, because in some places there's not just one layer of steel, but there's 2 layers of steel, and up the front end here there's actually 3 layers because of the way they've welded this puppy together. So anyway, there's 3 bolts on each wheel holding the wheels in place, which is nice and relatively butch for the time being. Anyway, right, let's get off of here and I'll do a catch up at some point. Bye for now.